The movie opens at Bintang Banga High School, featuring a class of students taking their final exam. We see two students, Ariel and Pasha, attempting to collaborate in cheating. However, the school headmaster Amanda, who is watching them through CCTV, catches them in the act. As a result, she notices an invigilator, instructing him to confiscate their answer sheets. She then assigns a guard, Yudhi, to escort the two of them to the detention room. Shortly after, another student named Inka whispers to a fellow student, Nala, to show her answer sheet. Although reluctant, Nala complies and lifts up her answer sheet, but they are also caught by the invigilator, who then sends them to join Ariel and Pasha in the detention room. So many cheaters, they might even meet Tiger Woods in there. Meanwhile, Amanda notices an unusual phenomenon in the sky. Dark clouds are covering the entire atmosphere. However, she opts to ignore the matter for now and heads to the detention room to address the four students. She tells them that they've cheated, but she'll be treating them fairly. Pasha comments that she doesn't like them and that she's venting her personal rage on them. Amanda claims that it isn't true, because if so, she would have simply sent them home to fail the exam. She instead offers them a second chance and provides them with new question papers. She also grants them 90 minutes of time to complete the exam under Yudhi's strict supervision. Back in the main hall, the exam time concludes and all the students are instructed to drop their pens. Just then, the lights in the hall begin to flicker, leaving all of them perplexed. All of a sudden, a student named Indri gets possessed by some evil energy, prompting her to scream and cry. Upon hearing her sound, Amanda rushes into the exam hall and instructs one of the invigilators to take the girl to her cabin. She then calls an exorcist, Abba Ayub, and urgently summons him to her school. In the meantime, another student gets possessed, catching the staff off guard. One by one, several other students follow suit, ensuing chaos in the hall. The possessed students act violently, fatally attacking other students and teachers. Eventually, they turn on themselves, resulting in self-harm and casualties. In the midst of the chaos, one of the students manages to open the door, helping some friends escape the hall. But unfortunately, he himself becomes possessed in the process, trapping the remaining students inside. The fleeing students urgently warn Amanda about the horrific riot before rushing towards the exit gate. They urge the gatekeeper, Dadang, to unlock the gate, but the latter refuses to act without the headmaster's permission. Before they can explain the ongoing predicament, one of the students named Vincent suddenly gets possessed and starts attacking the people around. In a desperate bid to save themselves, the students attempt to escape by climbing through the gate, but Vincent kills everyone. He also announces that none of them are permitted to leave, as the exam isn't over yet. Following this announcement, he commits the unthinkable by harming his throat. Moments later, another boy named Anton takes the evil form. He reiterates that the exam isn't over and begins launching his attack. Meanwhile, in the detention room, Yudhi instructs the four students to put down their pens as their allotted time has ended. A short while later, Amanda tells them that the school has been struck by a terrifying disaster, leaving no route for escape. However, she assures them that help is on its way. In the interim, she implores everyone to pray according to their beliefs, offering a path to redemption from the demonic terror. Amanda then asks Dadang to check the back gate to see if Abba has arrived. Dadang reluctantly heads towards the back gate, where he sees Abba and his assistant Nakila approaching. However, he doesn't have enough courage to unlock the door after witnessing the massacre earlier. He simply tosses the keys towards them, saying he is too scared to come out. Following this, Nakila grabs the keys and opens the gate, making their way inside. Seeing the gate open, a couple of girls run towards it in an attempt to escape the premises, but as soon as they reach the gate, one is knocked down by an unseen force, while the other is possessed by the evil spirit. The possessed girl immediately charges towards the exorcists, but Nakila manages to subdue her, rendering her unconscious.
Take that, demon!
After this, Dadang leads the exorcists inside the building to meet the headmaster. While Abba talks to Amanda about the current situation, Nakila senses something and informs her boss that the power of this entity is overbearing. Abba then reveals that Nakila can feel intense wrath and resentment emanating from the entity, which poses great danger to everyone in the school. Following this, Abba reviews the CCTV footage and asks Amanda about the vacant seat. She discloses that it belonged to a student named Karina, who had taken her own life earlier in the day. She explains that she had caught Karina cheating, so she threatened to expel her from school. Her threat scared the girl so much that she passed out. Sensing the urgency of the situation, Amanda instructed Dadang to escort Karina to the infirmary, but when she went to check on her later, she witnessed a grim sight. Karina had committed the unthinkable. Abba questions why Amanda didn't call the police, to which she explains that she didn't want to disrupt the exam process. She instead ordered Dadang to lock the infirmary, prioritizing the exam in order to maintain their chance of winning the title of Best School of the Year. And nothing says that like 30-odd possessed demon children. Upon hearing all of this, Abba concludes that it's Karina's vengeful spirit that is wandering around its premises. According to the Exorcist, the spirit is harboring a grudge against all the students who took the exam. Recognizing the threat to the lives of all remaining students, Abba asserts that they must capture the spirit before it's too late. On his order, Dadang leads them to the infirmary, where they're greeted by a shocking revelation. The body of another male student is hanging instead of Karina. Nakila speculates that Karina might have anticipated their arrival and orchestrated the switch. As the duo proceeds to bring the body down, the spirit claims Dadang's body, who then charges towards them. In a quick move, Nakila holds him, while Abba wields his secret dagger on Dadang's forehead in an attempt to exorcise the spirit from his body. But unfortunately, Dadang is fatally burnt in the process, whereas the spirit flees. In the next scene, the exorcists return to Amanda and inform her that Dadang has become another victim. Amidst their conversation, Amanda spots a girl on the monitor who gives an evil smile at the camera.
It was me who farted.
She then frantically points towards the girl and tells Abba that she doesn't belong to this school. All of a sudden, another girl's face appears in front of the camera, startling them for a moment. On the other hand, the four students, who are completely unaware of the ongoing situation, start to feel frustrated. They ask Yudhi to let them go, but the latter refuses to do so without the headmaster's permission. A few moments later, the spirit possesses Inka's body, after which she proceeds to destroy their exam sheets. When the rest of them try to stop her, she injures Pasha and begins choking Ariel. Yudhi somehow manages to rescue the students, but as they try to escape, Inka climbs onto the wall and blocks their path on the stairs. This prompts the students to start praying fervently, hoping God will help them. Surprisingly, their prayers work, as Inka commits the unthinkable by jumping down the stairs. Did God do that, or are demons stupid? Simultaneously, Amanda, Abba, and Nakila go to check on the exam hall, where the latter experiences a vision upon touching Karina's desk. She then approaches Abba to tell him that the students are being hidden in the spirit realm. Right then, they hear a screaming voice, prompting them to rush towards it. As they come out to the school ground, they discover a girl hanging from a pole and crying for help. When Amanda recognizes her as Karina, Abba questions if she's sure, because she earlier reported that the girl had hanged herself. Amanda thinks that she might have made a mistake and requests the exorcist to bring her down. Upon doing so, Amanda tries to calm down Karina, but the latter suddenly accuses her, claiming that it's all her fault. This makes Abba realize that Karina is a demon, so he quickly pulls the headmaster back. The spirit also notices the dagger in Abba's hand, prompting it to transform into a black smoke and retreats to the school building. In the meantime, Pasha gets possessed and starts attacking Ariel, but before he can cause any damage, Yudi saves Ariel as they flee for safety. The trio then lock themselves in the washroom and contemplate their next move. Subsequently, the possessed Pasha tragically takes his own life by jumping off the building. Why do these demons think that they are cats? Ariel is devastated by his friend's death, so Nala offers him a comforting hug. Just then, they hear a crying voice coming from within the toilet. They cautiously check each door until they find their fellow classmate Linda. After a while of discussion, the four of them decide to escape through the back gate while reciting prayers. Meanwhile, Abba, Nakila, and Amanda visit the detention room, only to discover Inka's lifeless body. Amanda remarks that 5 people were supposed to be there, prompting Nakila to assume that they might have escaped. Outside, Karina's demonic spirit materializes in front of Ariel and the group, setting them into a panic. It unleashes a piercing scream, throwing the 4 of them away and into the ground. The demon then chokes Linda and absorbs her spirit from her body, but before it can turn towards the others, Abba, Nakila, and Amanda arrive at the scene. It is at this moment that the demon reveals its true, horrifying face. Ooh, they're not making it onto the Masked Singer. To prevent further harm, Abba orders Amanda to take all of them away. As soon as they depart, the demon launches its attack on the exorcists, ensuing a fierce battle between the two parties. Despite her best efforts, Nakila is overpowered by the demon and hurled aside, but Abba manages to keep it at bay by pulling out his sacred dagger. This infuriates the demon, who then unleashes a scream, shattering all the window glasses. Unfortunately, a glass shard penetrates Abba deeply. Oh! Despite being in immense pain, he somehow manages to fend the evil off. In the aftermath, Nakila brings her injured boss to the exam hall, where everyone helps him lie down on a desk. In his final breath, Abba discloses a shocking revelation. Karina's soul is being manipulated as a tool by an even more malevolent demon demon named Ujang Pigat. He then entrusts his dagger to Nikila, urging her to take down the demon on his behalf. Following his passing, Ariel asks the headmaster about Ujang Pigat, to which she recalls him as a psychopathic devil in human form. She then recounts her first encounter with the psycho, cutting a scene to a flashback. During one of her childhood days, Amanda was heading to school when Ujang used his black magic to hypnotize her. He then took her to his place where he had already held captive many girls from her dad's school. Turned out, he used them as a sacrifice to increase his black magic powers. While Ujang was on the verge of sacrificing Amanda, her father arrived on the scene with several villagers including Abba. After that, a fierce brawl ensued between Ujang and Abba, with the latter eventually gaining the upper hand. Once defeated, the psychopath was bound to a tree, and the villagers burnt him alive as punishment. Despite the agony of the flames, Ujang continued laughing maniacally until his dying breath. Back in the present, Nikila devises a plan to confront Ujang Pigat. For this, she says that she needs someone to occupy Karina's seat, who will act as a portal to teleport them to the demon's realm. Amanda volunteers to take on this task, as she believes that both Karina and Ujang want her. Before starting the prayers, Nikila instructs the rest of them to burn the desk immediately after the candles around it lit up. Following this, Nikila recites the prayers, and she and Amanda are transported to Ujang Pigat's realm. They find the missing students and teachers captured in a wooden cage. Shortly after, they're confronted by Ujang, holding a machete in his hand. Nikila then engages in a brawl with the demon, while Amanda goes inside the hut to release the captives. As the fight escalates, Ujang gains the upper hand. He's on the verge of delivering a fatal blow when Amanda intervenes. The two women then team up to fight against the demon. Meanwhile, in the exam hall, the candles light up, so Yudhi sets the desk on fire. As a consequence, the demon's realm begins to ignite. In a daring move, Amanda holds Ujang and leaps into the burning hut, ultimately putting an end to the black magic. After this, Nikila and the missing students return back to the real world. Yudhi then leads all of them out of the school, while the building behind them gets engulfed in flames. Fire didn't work last time, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.